Hello, welcome to the Learn American English channel, where you learn naturally so you can speak naturally. In this video, we are going to listen to conversations about self-study routines. This video is divided into two parts, where the characters will talk about procrastination and learning resources. There will be a listening comprehension quiz at the end of each scene. So, listen carefully and see if you get all of the questions right. Also, be sure to stay with us until the end of the video. We'll point out important words from the conversations, everyday slang, and the most common way to say things in English. Watch for these words and phrases in the subtitles. You'll find their meanings in the vocabulary section in the last part of the video. Are you excited? This should be fun! First, let's listen to a conversation between Grayson and Juliana as they talk about procrastination. Let's see how their conversation goes, and don't forget to note the highlighted words for their meanings at the end of this video. Let's dive in.
Hey, Juliana. Are you ready for the history quiz tomorrow?
Not really. I was supposed to study last night, but, well, you know me. I kept putting it off.
Procrastinating again, huh?
Guilty as charged. I kept telling myself, just 5 more minutes of scrolling, and suddenly it was bedtime.
Been there, done that. Sometimes I feel like I'm the king of procrastination.
Same here. I don't know why I do it, though. It's like I know I need to study, but something always distracts me.
For me, it's usually because I feel overwhelmed. When there's too much to do, I'd rather avoid it altogether.
Oh, I get that. It's like you're stuck in a loop, right?
Exactly. But I've been trying to fix it. Do you have any tricks to deal with procrastination?
When I'm really serious about studying, I make a to-do list. It feels good to tick things off.
I do that too sometimes. But then I just end up staring at the list and thinking, I'll start in a minute.
Haha, that sounds so familiar. Another thing that helps me is setting a timer. I study for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break.
Oh, like the Pomodoro Technique?
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it keeps me focused. How about you? What works for you?
I've been trying something new. I promise myself a reward after finishing a task. Like, if I study for an hour, I get to watch one episode of my favorite show.
That's smart. Kind of like tricking your brain?
Exactly. And when I feel like procrastinating, I remind myself how good it feels to be done with everything.
True. Nothing beats that feeling of relief, but what about distractions? How do you avoid those?
I turn off my phone or put it on silent. If it's out of sight, it's out of mind.
Oh, I need to try that. I always end up checking my messages, and one thing leads to another.
Yeah, it's like falling down a rabbit hole. But hey, don't beat yourself up about procrastinating. It happens to everyone.
Thanks, Grayson. I'll try the reward thing and the timer. Hopefully it helps me get through tonight's study session.
You've got this, Juliana. Let's both try to stick to our plans. Who knows? We might surprise ourselves.
Fingers crossed. If I survive, I owe you a thank you snack tomorrow.
Deal. Now let's ace this quiz.
Here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Grayson and Juliana. What does Juliana do when she procrastinates? Juliana scrolls on her phone and puts off studying. What technique does Juliana use to help her focus while studying? Juliana uses the Pomodoro Technique with a timer. What does Grayson do to reward himself after studying? Grayson watches one episode of his favorite show. So, did you get all the questions correct? Let us know in the comments section. Now, let's continue listening to a conversation between Grayson and Juliana as they talk about learning resources they use. Let's see how their conversation goes. And don't forget to note the highlighted words for their meanings at the end of this video. Let's begin.
That quiz wasn't as bad as I thought.
Yeah, same. I was sweating bullets at first, but once I got into it, it wasn't too tricky.
I think all that self-studying last night really paid off.
Me too. Speaking of self-study, what do you usually use to study?
Oh, I love using videos. History videos are my go-to. They explain things in a simple way, and the visuals help me remember.
That's a good idea. I use videos sometimes too, but I'm more into apps. There's this app that quizzes you with flashcards. It's so helpful.
Oh, flashcards are great. I usually make mine the old-fashioned way, with paper and markers. Writing them down helps me remember better.
That's cool. I like digital ones because they're quick to set up and I can use them anywhere, even on the bus.
True. I should try those sometime. What about books? Do you use the textbook a lot?
Honestly, not much. I only use the textbook if I need to review something specific. I find it a bit dry.
Same. I use it for reference, but I prefer study guides. You know, the ones with summaries and key points. They save so much time.
Oh, I love those. They get straight to the point. I also like online articles. Sometimes I Google stuff if I don't understand it.
Me too. But sometimes I fall down the rabbit hole and end up reading things I don't even need.
Haha. Oh yeah, been there. 1 minute you're searching about ancient civilizations and the next you're watching cat videos.
Haha, exactly. Another thing I use is practice tests. They help me figure out what I still need to work on.
Oh, good call. I tried that last night for this quiz. It really helped me focus on the tricky parts.
Do you study alone or do you study with others sometimes?
Mostly alone. I get distracted easily in group study sessions, but if it's with someone serious, it can be helpful.
Same here. I like having a study buddy once in a while, but only if they're actually focused. Otherwise, it's just chit-chat. Oh, and one more thing. I sometimes use study planners. They help me keep track of what I need to do.
Oh, I need one of those. I always lose track of time when I study.
You should try it. It feels great to see everything organized.
I will. Thanks, Juliana. I think I'll mix up my study methods a bit.
No problem. And hey, congrats on finishing the quiz without procrastinating.
Same to you. Look at us. Study pros in the making.
Haha, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Before we review the key vocabulary from these conversations, here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Grayson and Juliana. What does Juliana use to study history? Juliana uses history videos to study. Why does Grayson prefer digital flashcards? Grayson prefers digital flashcards because they are quick to set up and can be used anywhere. What helps Juliana keep track of her tasks when studying? Juliana uses study planners to keep track of her tasks. So, how many questions did you get right? Let us know in the comments section. Now let's review the vocabulary from these conversations. First, we'll review some of the natural-sounding everyday phrases used by native English speakers. Watch the video again after you study the vocabulary words to learn them even better, and subscribe to see our other videos. Guilty as charged. Admitting to doing something you're accused of or that you're guilty of. Been there, done that. I've experienced that situation before, so I understand. Fall down a rabbit hole. To get distracted by something and spend too much time on it, often unintentionally. Old-fashioned way. Doing something in a traditional or non-digital way. Lose track of time. Forget the time because you're focused on something. Now let's review other key vocabulary. Procrastinating. Delaying or postponing something you need to do. Visuals. Pictures, videos, or other images that help explain something. Flashcards. Cards with information on them, used for studying. Key points. The most important ideas or information. Tricky. Difficult or complicated. Were the conversations relatable? Try using these conversations with your family and friends. Thank you for watching the Learn American English channel, where you learn naturally so you can speak naturally. Please click the like button and subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this one.